woke up this morning super normal, being green and kind of mean low-key. Well, let's be honest, he's probably mean because he's green. Like, why are you green, baby Nugget? Wait a second, family. Baby Nugget's not usually green?
Ribbit.
And he's not usually mean, actually. Only on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday when his baby is full. That's bad. Anyways, something is wrong with this baby chicken nugget, and we need to figure it out faster pace. Oh no! Baby Nugget! Are you okay, bro? No, baby Nugget, no! We can't lose you!
I was just hungry. Ribbit.
Huh? Family, today we're looking at all of the hidden secrets in Toy Story 5 that you missed. 99% of the world will never see this. But smash like on today's video. Let's get this video to 3,000 likes if you want to know all of the secrets, which will then give you magic powers. Because the toys from Toy Story are magical, and if you smash like on today's video, then you are going to be magical too. That is just how the world works. I am just telling you. Secret number 1. Family, in past Toy Stories like Toy Story 1 to 4, we all thought that Woody's original owner was always Andy. But did you know that Woody actually might have been owned by somebody else before Andy that nobody had any idea about? The theory is that Woody was actually owned by Andy's dad before Andy met Woody at all. And that could explain why Woody looks so much older than all of the other toys. Look at Woody's arm right here. It is ripping and the toy stuffing is coming out. Now, if we peep this story right here, this is an article that talks more about the backstory of Andy's dad. It says that Andy's dad got very sick with a disease called polio. And because back then nobody knew much about the disease, they actually got rid of a lot of his stuff, including most of his toys. But it is theorized that one of the things that Andy's dad did not get rid of was Woody himself, and that after Andy's dad got even more sick, he gave him a secret treasure chest of toys that Woody and the gang was found in. Look at all of these toys, family. Did all of these come from Andy's dad, or is it a collection of Andy's past toys and new ones that he got gifted from his father? This was a secret hidden treasure chest that nobody had the keys to except Andy's dad, and that's why we think when Andy's dad actually went poof, he gave Andy the secret key to this treasure chest and found Woody inside. This would also explain why Andy is the most close with Woody out of all of the other toys. Because if Woody was a special gift given to him by his sick dad, it would make it so much more special. Especially if Andy's dad used to play with Woody when he was a kid too. Woody has been passed down from generation to generation, and that is why, dude, got a little wear and tear going on your arms and elsewhere. Don't worry, Woody. That's a sign that you've been loved. Secret number 2. Andy's dog Buster has gone oof. Yes, it's tragic. This is Andy's dog right here. It was a dachshund, and we first saw Buster in Toy Story 1 when Andy got him as a gift for Christmas. And then after that in Toy Story 2, we see Buster again, and he has officially turned 5 years old and is running around Andy's house creating chaos wherever he goes. But he has so much energy and so much playful puppy spirit, and somehow always finds Woody in the mess of it all. I'm surprised Buster didn't accidentally eat Woody and use him as a chew stick. But then, family, here is where it gets very crazy and also super sad, because during Toy Story 3, we see Andy about to leave for college. And you know who else we see? Yep, you guessed it. It's Buster. And family, look how old he looks. Buster is no longer the energetic running puppy that we used to see. He is moving so slowly, has a bunch of different gray dog hairs, and overall just looks super sleepy and tired. And then we have Toy Story 4, which would make Buster around 13 years old. And family, let me remind you that dachshunds only live around 12 to 14 years old. And if Buster was already 13 during during Toy Story 4, that would mean he's basically at the end of his lifespan. And then between the years of Toy Story 4 and Toy Story 5, which we are at right now, we did not see Buster at all in the Toy Story 5 movie, which means he has almost definitely gone oof. No, Buster, no. It's so sad. Family, comment down below if you have a dog and what his name is. I used to have a Shih Tzu dog named Peaches, but he also went oof. It's really sad. Secret number 3, who is the richest kid in Toy Story 5? Now, out of all of the different kids we have seen in every single Toy Story movie, there are a couple of people that I suspect might be very rich. Now, first we have Bonnie, and some people think that she might be rich because her family owns an expensive RV. An RV is a big car that basically acts as a second home, so it's like a house, but on wheels. But we also know that Bonnie lives in a one-story house with her family, and she also doesn't get a lot of new toys. All of the Toy Story toys that Bonnie has have been gifted to her by Andy from his old collection. And we also know that Bonnie creates a lot of her own toys, just like when she made Forky in Toy Story 4. Next up, we got Andy, and he is also my suspect of being very rich. Now, Andy has a bunch of brand new toys all the time, and look at his room. There are posters galore, electronics everywhere. It seems like there is too many things in this room that we can't even keep track of. We also know his collection of toys was insanely large, and his family also lives in a 2-story home and even took care of a dog. Now, dogs can be very expensive to take care of. You gotta buy them food, you gotta care for them, you gotta watch them, groom them. There is so many hidden costs of having an animal, so Andy might be rich too. And then our third candidate is Blaze from Toy Story 5. Now, we met Blaze in this brand new movie, and we know that Blaze lives on a big ranch with a huge backyard. Blaze's farm has a horse, a bunch of other animals too, and we also saw Blaze's room that looked very full of toys just like Andy's. So from all of these clues, it is hard to tell exactly which one of these kids is the richest, but I can confidently say that all of them have very loving families, which is always the most important thing. There is no point of having a bunch of money if you don't have love. Secret number 4. Family, for such a long time, we always thought that Jessie was owned by Andy's mom, but that was just an assumption. And it wasn't until Toy Story 5 that we have gotten a new clue, a brand new secret that we have discovered about Jessie's original owner. In this new movie, Jessie returns to her original home, to the first kid who ever played with her, Emily. Jessie has not seen Emily in years and actually thought that Emily completely forgot about her. She thought all of the time that they played together meant nothing, and this always made Jessie extremely sad. But it wasn't until she went back to the original home where they both used to live and she spotted something very secretive carved inside one of the trees. Look, family, look, do you see? It says Jessie was here. And there's even an arrow pointing down to where Jessie used to be. At first, Jessie thought that the carving on the tree was actually for her as a toy, but then she discovered something hidden inside of the ground under that arrow from the tree. It was a box left with hidden memorabilia and secret letters. This letter says, "Jessie, you will always be my little cowgirl." Mom! This was a letter written by her past owner, Emily, that was for her daughter that she named Jessie. So family, this secret reveals that Emily actually named her very own daughter after the toy she used to play with, Jessie. So yes, maybe the carving in the tree wasn't for Jessie the toy, but it shows that Emily loved Jessie so much from all of the years they used to play together together that she named her own daughter after her because of their special bond. Now Jessie doesn't have to be sad about Emily anymore because she knows she loved her. So cute. Secret number 5. Lilypad is going to go oof before the rest of the Toy Story crew. Now, family, hear me out. We saw in Toy Story 5 that Lilypad sometimes shuts completely off. Why does she shut off? Because she's an electronic that needs to be charged to stay alive. Now, Buzz Lightyear is also technically an electronic because he has batteries in his back. But the difference between Buzz and Lilypad is that when Buzz Lightyear's batteries run out, he does not stop talking or go oof because the battery in his back is only for all of the electronic parts of him, like his battery pack, his lights, his laser beam. But even without the batteries, he is still fine. Lilypad, on the other hand, is completely electronic. Her brain, her face, everything that moves with her is run off of the battery pack inside of her. Now, Woody is completely different from the other two. Woody is not run on electricity at all. He is just a doll with fluffy stuffing in his body. This means that Woody, even though he's the oldest out of all of the other toys, could technically survive the longest because he does not rely on batteries, electricity, being charged. The only thing he relies on is the stuffing inside of his body that never goes old. So, if Lilypad loses her charger, breaks her charger, or cannot find a wall outlet to plug her in, that could mean Lilypad might be vanishing much sooner than we thought. Lilypad, how long will you survive for? It's basically a ticking clock. Secret number 6. There is a lot of talk in Toy Story 5 about Woody going bald. Yes, when he takes off his hat, you see a little bald patch because he has been played with so much that the color of his hair is literally rubbing off. Now, family, a secret that nobody else is talking about isn't about his bald spot, but actually his tummy instead. Because if you notice, there's a little bump at the bottom of his tummy, and somebody even asked if he was pregnant. No, family, Woody is not pregnant. And we are not talking about if Woody ate more food than usual. This bump at the bottom of Woody's tummy is actually because of the stuffing inside of his body. If you remember, in Toy Story 4, Woody actually gave up his voice box and his pull string on his back. And he gave it to a different toy called Gabby Gabby so they could finally be loved by another child. Now, that voice box that Woody used to have used to be in his tummy, and that voice box was surrounded by a bunch of his stuffing. But now, since his voice box is gone, that means the stuffing in his tummy would have moved around and is not as tight. Less things in his tummy means his tummy has more space, and more space means there is more room for that stuffing to get misplaced. So it's very possible that the stuffing from his upper chest and around his tummy actually moved down to his lower abdomen and piling up in there. And that is why we see this extra little bump at the bottom of his belly. Woody was so nice in Toy Story 4, giving up his voice box for somebody else, even though Woody probably knew giving up his voice box would come with some consequences. This is another reason why we all love Woody as one of the main characters of Toy Story. He is so sweet, so caring, and one of the ultimate biggest heroes. Secret number 7. Now, family, I don't know about you, but one of my ultimate favorite Disney movies of all time is Coco. And we actually have found secret references of Toy Story in the Coco movie. Look at this scene where Miguel is running to his family, probably going back to see them to do more work. And if you see on the side of the street right there, there are some plushies that are hanging from the sky. And do you recognize those characters? characters. It's Woody and Buzz Lightyear. Wait, what? Disney loves to pop in Easter eggs of other movies inside of these animations. Just like right here when we see this performer on stage, he's actually wearing the exact same shirt that Sid is wearing in past Toy Story movies. A black shirt with a skull on it looks awfully familiar to the same shirt we are seeing in Coco. So could it be that this shirt was passed down to this character in the movie Coco? Or the craziest theory of this is, could this performer right here actually be Sid? Because we know in Coco, Miguel actually experiences the Day of the Dead by visiting people who have already oofed. So he's in this alternate reality where they're technically still alive, but in a different universe. They've gone oof in the real world, but in this new world, they are still living. So could it be that Sid has gone oof and now he's in this alternate reality in Coco playing music for all of his brand new friends? We know the last time we saw Sid in Toy Story, he was a garbage collector. And we also know that he was not being very safe at his job. Here he is working with his headphones on, blasting music in his ears, and not really paying attention. So it is possible that Sid actually got hurt while working, or maybe he just fell ill for other reasons. Family, comment down below what you think happened to Sid, and do you think this character on stage in the movie Coco is actually Sid? Because I am suspicious.